beautiful scenery and the sandy beaches in Mombasa has caught the eyes of the real estate investors in the region, who are keen on making a kill out of the rise in the demand for low-cost housing units in the region. The region, however, still faces land issues and insecurity that is threatening investments in the coastal province. Despite the challenges, Elsek Group has set up a 3.5 billion shilling investment in building homes for middle-income earners in the county of Mombasa. The group's chief executive officer, Osman Ardeen, stated that despite the reasons scarce by the Mombasa Republican Council over secessionist cause, investors in the region are still taking assurance from the government seriously.
I think we have the development problem because of production. Costs are expensive and there is no production, they always import. And there is also high duties on the importation.
He noted that decision to build homes in the expansive Kikambala area is as a result of growth in the middle-income class in the region.
So machinery, then we are going to set up a factory there, and there is a contract already in place from government, but we are also prefer to our own development, like a Kikambala.
He, however, advised on regulating the lucrative land prices that have been shooting up and hurting potential investors.
Good that government reduced the rates that people can buy, but it must go to not the speculative way. Our focus is middle income peoples like you, between 30,000 to 150,000.
Elsek has also made intention to put up housing units in Lamu due to the coming up of the Lamu Port project that will see many homeowners flocking into the town. The project is also targeting Congo-Brazzaville and South Sudan with the same project. Ronaldo Willie, Business Defined.
Well, enjoying low-cost housing units for the population. Mr. Osman, you're done with the Kikambala housing, so you say, and now you're moving to the next phase of Kajiado County. Tell us more about that.
We are nearly completing the Kikambala project, but now we are going to Kajiado. We bought already land, 97 acres. So we are going to serve it for the Nairobi residents, because we have so much emails received from Nairobi residents, and they told us we have to do one in Nairobi. So we are coming to Nairobi after this project, or during this project, we can say.
All right. And one of the challenges you have raised as an investor in the property market, as well as other investors, is the prices of land. Are you able then to balance the expenditure that you spend on getting land and, of course, the returns from the housing units?
Okay, what we do, we are not looking for a place that the lands are really expensive, because we are targeting the middle income earners. And then what we do, we buy a land, like a very big land, like not less than 20 acres. And then we do a compound there, with including the shopping mall, dispensary, school, swimming pool, and other facilities. And we provide them also transportation to nearest civilization area with the buses. So that's why we don't have any issue with the lands, and the mostly land speculations are in the town centers.
All right, so you're able to balance the expenditure and the revenue that you get out of it. That is good to hear. It is interesting to see most property investors now targeting the middle class earners. And what about the high spenders and the low income earners? Have they been forgotten by the investors?
Let me tell you something. All the countries are, that processing and passing the same developments, or how to say, getting better life standards in the same style. So at the beginning you have a very low class and very high class. So now the middle class is coming up because country is developing. So when the country is developed, the middle class earners, they need houses. For that, we are targeting like 50,000 shilling per month up to 150,000 shilling per month. And as a company policy, we don't allow the speculations. Like one man cannot buy more than 2 houses. So if you eliminate that, then there's no speculation in our properties. Like if you Google Kikambala housing, you can see the prices selling them about 2.4, 2.5. You can see the adverts from the real estate companies, but our price is 1.8. So you can see already speculations are started, and we sold all. We don't have any remain. But the project completion date a little bit delayed because of we were planning to supply galvanized steel from the local market, but we found that the quality standards are not facing with our standards, so we just try to import. We just start to import, so that's why due to custom clearance and transportation, the project will delay about 1.5 months or two months.
All right. And Osman, I remember we had raised this issue with you before in this same show as to why you're going for materials, why you're importing materials and not buying it from the local manufacturers and producers. Why is that?
No, mainly 80% of the house materials, we are producing in our factory. So we are setting up second factory in also Mombasa Road in Nairobi, and one in Congo also, which we already signed agreements and etc. But why we don't buy from the local sources? We tried. Okay, like galvanized steel, we tried. But when you see the galvanized steel, mostly they come from the Egypt or China, whatsoever. The gouging or covering thickness is very low. So quality is very low. For example, we are using 200 microns of nickel on the galvanized steel. The local ones are 50 microns. So you can't use it. And if I provide the houses like that, and within 4 or 5 years you will come back to me and ask a question, what is going on with my houses?
All right. Let's take a look at how your business is faring. We are coming from a double-digit inflation rate and high lending rates by the commercial banks, but now that has sort of been reduced, and it is that pressure, of course, for the consumers and the market. Has that boosted the property market, particularly for you?
Let me tell you, when we did that program about 8 months ago, as far as I remember, we were only starting off the project. So now it's completion time. We were expecting so much mortgage customers from the banks. What we saw, we have only 14 customers take a mortgage from the bank. So all the mortgage or financing we are doing in our group, in-house financing, and our interest rate was 16. Again, it is 16%, and we are just basing on the inflation rate, because we are not selling the money like banks. So we don't buy money and we don't sell money. So now we are still in 16%. When the inflation rate was 26%, the interest rate for the banks 26, 28%, we were still in 16%. So we are just basing on the inflation rate, because when you buy product like galvanized steel, if you're buying for $1,000 per ton, and then the inflation rate is let's say 16% per year, then it is coming to $1,160. So we are just adding on it. If the inflation rate 16%, we add only 16%. So I think this year our rates will go down because of the inflation rate has come down also.
Yeah, exactly. Osman, what is your perception of the middle class, the Kenyan middle class earners purchasing power? And while you speak on that, what is it that can be done to improve the purchasing power, particularly in the property market? Because we always think of the property market as a reserve of the rich.
Okay, let me ask you a private question. I don't know, but I'm asking. Do you have a car?
Do I have a car?
Yeah.
Oh, probably yes.
Okay. And do you have a house?
Probably yes.
Okay. Then the normally middle class, what they buy is a car. Okay. When they jump on the business from the university graduation, they go and jump onto buying any car. Then we just change it to with the payment terms. Let them buy a house. So when they have a house, they're not going to pay rent, so they can buy a car very easily. So that's our focus. I mean, we have a very good reception from the middle class peoples. Especially makes me happy. Our youngest customer is born in 1987, who was working in Dubai.
Oh, all right. That means the purchasing power is pretty good.
Yeah,
it's boosting your market.
No, but
you're not
depends on the payment terms. We are not very strict. Like you have to pay 500,000 and 25,000 shilling every month. We say that okay, if you have 100,000, pay it in installments, even the down payment within 3 or 4 months. We're not very strict, and then decision in our company is taken by me. So it's not going to bank committee or it's going to group committee whatsoever. So I decide, okay, give it, because if you have so much houses to build during the construction, you can be flexible for the payment terms also.
All right, you're starting a 3.5 billion shillings housing unit in Kajiado. What would you like to tell the possible clients out there, your possible consumers? What is it that you assure them as we come to the close of the show?
All right, the first customers from Kikambala, we have them. We thanks them so much for their support, and we are giving them 5% discount if they are buying on Kajiado houses. And I think the perception will be very nice in Kajiado. We are expecting, because we already received so much emails about it, and we have already the potential customers around 120 for the time being. And I hope it will be good also.
All right. And we wish you well, Osman. You know, it's good to see you here again, and now with positive news. By then you were starting out the project, now it's complete and you're speaking big about it. That's good to hear, of course, and it's good for your business, good for the economy as well of this country.
Actually, it is. We just discussed where I stay in the hotel. It's always win position. If we talk about like we are employing now for Kajiado extra 470 people, and then we have employment opportunity. We are also giving them low-cost houses. We are giving lawyers a job, another parties a job. You know that this gives the community so much thing if you think about it.
The advantages.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through to Business Defined. All right, there you've heard it. The Elsek Group is not only providing low-cost housing for you as a client, as a potential client, but also creating jobs. So it spills over to the national economy as well, and that is what Business Defined is tailored to bring you those kind of stories. Let's take a look at other stories that we're still following for you today. And the government is calling on dairy farmers to add value to milk to increase their income. Now, Livestock Production Director Julius Kiptara says current